Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to choose a partner for your social media marketing agency, what you need to look out for, the different types of partnerships, and really how you can find your perfect business partner if you want to partner up in your social media marketing agency. So guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please drop us a subscribe because we post every single day on the social media marketing agency world, everything sales, Facebook ads, signing clients, closing clients, keeping clients. But in today's video, I want to talk about how you can go about finding and how you can go about choosing the perfect business partner for your social media marketing agency. Because when you look at a lot of the bigger social media marketing agencies in the world, there's obviously the main owner that probably fronts up the agency, but behind the scenes, you have someone that has a large chunk of equity in the social media marketing space as a right-hand man. And personally, I feel like that's incredibly important. And even if you're going at it alone, you're going to have to end up finding a COO anyway. So if you can find that early on, your agency can grow, exponentially quicker than if you're just going on your own. But I want this video to be very actionable and to help you kind of find certain personality traits or look for certain personality traits in someone that you might be potentially thinking of partnering up with. So first of all, I want to talk about the two different types of partnerships that there is, because when I first started my agency 4+ years ago, at the time of recording this video, I was running the agency by myself, took it to, quite a significant profit figure each month in terms of how much money I was making each month. However, 2 years into my agency, Tom reached out to me, who's my business partner now in the agency and the academy and a few other businesses that we run together. And we joined our agencies together after working on a few projects together, and we found, synergies in how we operate, and it just seemed to fit. However, before Tom joining agencies with me, he actually started his original agency a year prior to us joining. So we both had our separate agencies, and then we joined ours together. But the original agency Tom had, he actually had his agency with someone else. So he's had two agencies with two different business partners. However, the partnership that he has with me was very different to the partnership he had with his first business partner, which is what I want to explain in this first section. So the most common business partnership is just a direct split in equity. So Tom earns 50% of the profit that the agency makes, and I earn 50% of the profit that the agency makes. And that's what majority of people do. It might not be 50-50, it might be 70-30, but there's an equity split. However, what Tom did and what many other people do in the agency space is, rather than say me and two other people there having their separate agencies, they have their own freelance business underneath a shared agency, if that makes sense. So say you have your agency name, there's 3 people, they all get their own separate clients, but they pull together their testimonials, they pull together their case studies, and they leverage the brand as a whole, but they each earn what they earn, if that makes sense. So Tom and his previous business partner, Tom had 7 clients, he had 4 clients. I don't know the actual figures. And Tom earned all the profit from those 7 clients, and they have his business partner and the 4, but they had a shared website where they put all of their joint testimonials on there. And that was that. And that's a way that you can go about it. And there's positive and negatives of both. The negatives of that is you then don't have control about how the brand's being portrayed. If, the 2 other guys, their communication's terrible, then that affects the brand that you're operating under. So you might get on a meeting and they say, "Oh, I've heard things about you. You don't get on calls with people when you're a client." And you're like, "No, that's not me." And they're like, "Well, it was the same brand." And it just gets a bit messy. But there's 2 different types of partnerships. But I would recommend using the advice which I'm about to explain in the rest of this video. Just doing an equity split makes it so much easier. Your accountant's going to fucking love you because it makes it so much easier. And it's just a better way to go about it if you've found the right person. So what you need to look for in a partner when you partner up your agencies, the first one, which is arguably the most important, is equal amounts of effort. And every single time someone slates the idea of partnering up with someone in business, is no one's ever going to be able to put them the same amount of effort in as you are. And I agree with that. It's extremely difficult to find. You need to find someone who's willing to put the same amount as hours in as you and not just leech off of your experience, if that makes sense. I get so many DMs on Instagram every single day, and it makes me laugh. People say, "Harry," these are people that have no experience in the social media marketing space. They message me saying, "Harry, can we partner up our agencies? I think we do really well together. And I say, well, what's your experience? And they say they don't have any, but I'm willing to learn. And it's like, why would you partner up with someone when you bring every single positive to the table just to carry someone through? That's not what you want. You want someone who can bring something to the table, who's going to put equal amount of effort into the business as you are and work as hard as you, which is going to be difficult. But once you find the right person, like Tom, very luckily when I met Tom, we were both equally psychotic about growing the business, and we both equally wanted to work 10-hour days, 12-hour days, which is ridiculous and difficult to do. But you want to try and find someone that matches your effort level. Number two, which is very similar, you need to find someone who has the same vision. If you're partnering your agency up with someone who just wants to make an extra $4,000 a month and support their family, but you want to grow your agency to $100,000 a month and have 17 employees, employ your whole family and grow your agency to incredible things, do public speaking, grow your personal brand, then your vision for your businesses isn't going to align, and you're going to clash eventually. Once you get to that 4K mark, you're then going to be putting all of the effort in. He's going to drop his effort because he's already reached his goal. And then you're going to be like, shit, this isn't working for me. I want someone who's going to equally put the same amount of effort in towards the same vision, because how you operate that agency depends on your vision. If you want to get to 100K a month, you're going to have to operate an agency in a very different way than if you just want to get to 4K a month, because 4K a month you can manage very easily just after work or in between jobs. Whereas if you want to get to 100K job, your mindset needs to be right. I need to build processes, I need to build operations, I need to build a team, I need to really understand how I'm going to scale this thing. My offer needs to be very different. So that's super important as well when choosing a business partner. Number three, I like to call this the pint test. And the pint test is, would I go for a pint with this person? And if you don't drink, would you go for a cup of coffee with this person? And that makes a massive difference, because when you're a partner with these people, you're going to speak to them more than you speak to your partner. You can speak to them more than you speak to your family members. I speak to Tom literally 9 times a day. He's in New York half the time and I'm in the UK, and I speak to him all the time. Like most days, I speak to him every hour on the phone just to solve an issue or talk through something after a meeting or talk through something. I'm speaking to him. So if I don't get on with him, if I can't sit and have a pint with him, sit and have a cup of coffee with him, sit and just talk regular shit about life, you're not going to get very far. If you hate talking to the person, you don't get on, but you need to have that common ground. You need to just be similar people and have common interests. Otherwise, running your business with someone's going to be not enjoyable at all. And finally, do you complement each other? So do you both bring things to the table? And this is what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about effort and vision. Do you both bring different parts to the table? Do you both have different natural advantages that you can feed off of each other? The things that you're good at, are they bad at? And the things you're bad at, are they good at? Because then you're complementing each other. And taking it back to Tom and I, Tom's 40 years old. I'm 24 years old. So Tom naturally has more authority on a call, and that's not an issue now because I've been in the game so long and I've got so much experience. But when we first joined 2 years in, yes, I was making 8 to 9K a month before joining the agencies together, but he still brought a lot to the table in terms of sales. He was a blue chip sales coach for 15 years at a massive company in the UK. So him coming to the table with my working knowledge of how Facebook ads work and marketing campaigns online work to a more detailed level, we complement each other massively. Not only that, having someone who's older and someone who's younger, the dynamic dealing with different types of clients is a lot easier. And that's kind of a conversation for another video, but there's loads of different things you can complement each other on. Say you're really good at Facebook ads, you're really good at managing campaigns. However, you hate picking up and cold calling. Finding a business partner that is the opposite to you and loves cold calling, but isn't so good on the technical part is going to be a better complement and a better decision to partner up with in comparison to another person who hates cold calling, because then you're not ticking off boxes that you don't want to do. That's the whole point in hiring a team. The first thing you do when you hire a team is look at what aren't you as good at? Like what are you just average at? There's no point you hiring someone at something you're really good at, so then you're only doing the things you're bad at. That doesn't make any sense. So you've got to look at, right, what are my natural advantages? Do I have a massive existing network? No. Well, let me find someone who does. Am I bad at cold calling? Let me find someone who is good at cold calling, and then pitch the idea of partnering up by finding something that they're bad at and telling them that you're good at it. Obviously, you need to be good at it. So the bottom line is, guys, you just need to make sure that they're a good fit for you. Don't just find someone who also wants to start an agency and go, right, I choose you. That's not going to work. That's fine for the first 2 months. But then what happens if you run into roadblocks? What happens if you're struggling to sign clients? What happens if you lose loads of clients? Are they someone who's going to throw their toys out the pram and be like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore? And then you're just left on your own. You need to find people that are going to put the same amount of effort in, have the same vision as you. They pass the pint or cup of coffee test, so they match your personalities, and you find someone that complements you and picks up where your natural advantages lie, and you can feed off their natural advantages. But yeah, I'd really recommend, guys, if you have the opportunity to partner up, don't stress about losing equity. I know that was a massive thing when I joined Tom. I was earning 8 to 9K a month before joining with him, and then when I joined with him, I was like, shit, I'm going to lose 50%. Of everything that we earn. But when you think like that, that's such a naive attitude to have around your business, because you're never going to grow unless you give up equity. It's like Jeff Bezos doesn't own 100% of Amazon. Elon Musk doesn't own 100% of SpaceX or Tesla. Like you have to give up equity in order to grow. And I guarantee if you do pair up, and providing they're the right people and they have the same vision as you, you are going to triple, quadruple your revenue very, very fast, because you've now got 2 people putting the same amount of effort in. So your growth is going to be 2x. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. We're back posting every single day. Please make sure you subscribe and continue to follow us on Apple Music and the podcast, because it just helps boost the channel and get the videos out there. But hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you've not watched our previous video, the previous video was on why, as an SMMA owner, you really need to stop panicking when you listen to all the garbage and all the noise on social media around SMMA. It's a really good video. I shot it in one take, pretty much. And it was a bit of a rant, but it's a rant that will put you at ease if you're in a marketing agency space and you're getting a bit flustered. But give that a watch. And without further ado, I'll see you tomorrow for 9 a.m. for tomorrow's video.